Hi, I'm Tucker Thompson from T2P TV, and welcome back to the ISAF Nations Cup Grand Final. Today, the winners will be determined in both the open and women's division as we have come down to the final two skipper. For the women, they are Rita Gonçalves and Claire Leroy. And for the open division, we have Laurie Jury and Mads Ebler. Gentlemen, ladies, good luck. In our first match, Claire Leroy will face Rita Gonçalves. Gonçalves takes an early lead right off the line. Big waves aren't the only challenge for Leroy in this race. She has a penalty as well. Gonçalves in trouble. She couldn't tack, so Leroy spins her penalty turn and takes the lead. At the bottom mark, it is Leroy still in charge. Downwind in these massive waves, Leroy leads to the finish. Look at that surf. And Leroy takes the first match. And Gonçalves flies across the line, although in second. And in match one for the open division, it's Jury to leeward split tack start. Ebler on port. The first cross went to Ebler. He's to windward and pinning Jury out to the left. Finally, we've sailed past the port tack ley line, so Ebler will lead Jury into the mark. Ebler rounds, Jury rounds, simultaneous spinnaker sets, the game is on. Into the leeward mark. Ebler reaches the zone first, and he's clear ahead by about 2 lengths. And that surf put Jury right back in the game. Jury is catching up. Ebler, though, has starboard tack advantage, and he'll need it. Ebler was just able to keep Jury pinned out to the ley line. Now on port, he leads into the mark for the last time, but he'll have to keep an eye over his shoulder downwind. Jury's done a nice job setting up low. Every single wave can make the difference, and he'll want to jibe on Ebler. Here's the jibe Jury was waiting for. It's within a length. Ebler's on his breeze, or Jury's on Ebler's breeze. He's starting to roll over the top of him. Trouble on Ebler's spinnaker. They can't get it flying. Big wave for Jury. He can surf forward right here. Wow, look at that. Ebler wipes out, capsizes, and falls in the water right before the finish. He's trying to climb back on board. The boat flips again. And Jury gets the race. Match 2 for the women. It's Leroy to leeward, Gonçalves to windward. Big waves as they cross the line at the gun. Leroy is in trouble in this race. Gonçalves is pinning her to the left, and Leroy has a penalty to do as well. And finally, ley line is reached. Well, we're below ley line, and now Leroy was able to pin out Gonçalves, and she takes an early lead into the mark. Spinning around, she sheds her penalty while Gonçalves pulls forward. Heading downwind, here's the story, and it's an unusual one. That penalty did not get shed at the top mark. Perhaps she obstructed Gonçalves. So Leroy's behind, Gonçalves jives in front. So now Leroy has her work cut out for her again. Catch up and shed the offsetting penalty, while Gonçalves, meanwhile, is looking strong. But in these big waves, anything can happen, and it looks like it might just right here. A luff. Leroy responds. Gonçalves is in trouble. She loses her rudder. We're past the leeward mark. Leroy's going to spin. She's going to shed her penalty. And it was a result of Gonçalves' move. Now, can Gonçalves stay in front? Coming into the mark. She's in the zone to the inside. Penalty is shed. It's even. Lewal's bow forward, but Gonçalves is inside. Wow. Oh, look at that, a yellow flag penalty from that last altercation. Now Gonçalves has a penalty. Upwind, Lewal has better technique, and she has passed Gonçalves at the top mark as they head downwind to the finish. Downwind, it is all Lewal. And so now it's Lewal 2-1 over Gonçalves. The guys in the open division are back at it again, but Jury literally had to bail his boat out after that last finish. 15 seconds to the start. At the gun, both boats at the pin. Ebler, bow forward. It only took 2 tacks, but Jury copped a port starboard penalty, and Ebler is in front. In these conditions, though, we have seen the trailing boat catch up easily from behind. Talk about a water level view. Ebler and Jury dives just outside of this gentleman. Jury is definitely the faster of these two downwind. He catches up from behind in both matches, and he's doing it again now. Can he get to the mark ahead of Ebler? Can he pass him, or will Ebler hold him out? A luff, a broken overlap, and a jibe at the zone for Ebler. Beautiful match racing tactics, but it's not over yet. Somewhere in there, Jury gets a penalty. Top mark, it's Ebler by 3 lengths. And with this, Mads Ebler evens the score 1-1. One set later, and we're back in the open division. The score is Jury 2, Ebler 1. And they're off. Ebler needs to win this one, and for Jury, it could mean the regatta. 2 tacks, and we're halfway up the beat. It's port starboard. Ebler on starboard. Jury tacks just to leeward and ahead. Ebler tacks away. At the top mark, a penalty has entered the picture that we didn't see before, so Ebler has hit the brakes. He's got to shed it by luffing Jury up and then tacking to head back downwind. Jury puts the heat on. We've been reaching now for quite some time, well off the track. The luff has not occurred. Jury starts to pull forward, so now it's time to set. It's a luff by Ebler. Jury wipes out, and Ebler pulls forward, but he still has to get rid of that penalty. All the pressure is on Ebler. Remember, he has to win this race to stay in the regatta. Now, Jury's move is just to stay close enough. He doesn't have to pass Ebler, but just keep him from doing that penalty. Here's the recap. Ebler has shed his penalty on the upwind leg. Now he's just barely leading Jury to the finish. The regatta could be decided on this run. Trouble for Ebler. Spinnaker set. Jury slides forward, but not before giving a penalty to Ebler. Jury's in the lead. So a crew error from Ebler and superior downwind speed give Laurie Jury the race and the Nations Cup. It's match 3 for Laura and Gonçalves, and this could decide the championship. Gonçalves is in trouble. Beautiful maneuvering for Claire Leroy and crew. There is the gun, and she starts ahead. It's tough to see just how massive these waves are, some of them reaching 10 feet and literally breaking and cresting on the bows of the sailboats. Gonçalves is doing all she can to stay in this race, and Leroy can barely stay in front of her. At the top mark, the pressure is all on Leroy. One wave could decide this regatta for the women's division, but right now, she's looking strong. Conservative takedowns, of course, as she pounds back upwind. Downwind, Claire Leroy heads comfortably for the finish. It's a wire-to-wire win in this last race. And with this, the Nations Cup is hers again. Well, today's rough conditions were definitely suited to determine the champions, and we are with the winners in the women's and the open division. Claire Leroy from France, Laurie Jury from New Zealand. And Laurie, watching your racing, it seemed you always came from behind in a lot of the matches. Pretty impressive to be able to pull that off?
Yeah, there were really big waves out there, and we just got the mode right downwind and managed to close the gap. Mads did a good job of starting well, and we chased them around and managed to get around them on the downwinds.
Well, it's impressive to watch you coming from behind. Congratulations. And of course, for you, Claire, you did it in 3-0. Did you think you'd be able to walk away the champion again in 3-0?
No, it was not expected at the beginning of the week because one of my crew was have a big hurt on the arm. So we expected to finish, but not so good. So we are really happy. And this type of condition we didn't have a lot. So it was a good exercise for us. And we are happy because we have a good speed and good maneuver, so it was fantastic.
It was fantastic to watch you win as well. So there are your champions. Congratulations to you both, the new Nations Cup winners. For T2P TV, I'm Tucker Thompson. Thanks for joining us.